Hi, I'm again coming back with my third part of series of lesions, combined loading and stresses. In earlier two part, I have explained the basic concept, as well as in the part 2, I had solved one problem of normal type of loading. Myself, Anirban Mitra, Mechanical Engineering Department, MES College of Engineering, Pune, Wadia College campus. So this is the example number 2. A 1000 kN force is applied to a bracket as shown. We need to compute the resultant stresses applied at A point as well as at B point. A point is the top of the beam and B point on the bottom of the beam. Cross-section area of this problem is mentioned. It will be 8000 mm square, and moment of inertia along the x-axis axis is also given 15 to 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. So here we have mentioned also that x-axis, this is the x-axis, this one is the y-axis, and z-axis is along the length axis. So if you just see that side view, then we can get that cross-section area at x-axis and y-y sections. So can you please tell me which type of problem it is? Basically, I just want to concentrate on which type of loading applied at point A and B point. This force P, we have to resolve it along that horizontal directions as well as on the vertical directions. On the horizontal direction it will come in the P cos theta, on the vertical direction it is coming the P sin theta. Due to this horizontal force, at A and B there is a tensile stresses is applied, which is the normal type of stresses, as well as due to this eccentricity from the center of the beam, there is some bending moment is also applied. So bending stresses also produced at A and B point. Due to this P sin theta, which is the vertical force, the shear stress is applied at A and B, but we know that at the top and bottom, transverse type of shear stress is always coming 0. In the neutral axis, it will be the maximum one. And vertical force is also creating some moment which will create the bending moment at A and B point. So basically if you see it, there is a tensile, bending and transverse shears, but at A and B there is no transverse shears. So it is a normal type of the problem, particularly at A and B point. Okay, so now in the last problem, you have to just find out the combined effect of all this loading at A and B point. The data given here, the P is 1000 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Area, cross-section area is given 8000 mm square. Moment of inertia about that x-axis is 15 to 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. If you resolve it along horizontal directions, then it will be P cos theta, vertical direction P sin theta. Now, P cos theta point, we have to transfer it to that axis line of the beam. When you transfer it, P cos theta coming directly at the axis, as well as some moment is also coming together due to the eccentricity E equal to 200 mm. So you just see it. So there is a P cos theta, as well as some clockwise moment is applied P cos theta into E. Similarly, if you transfer P sin theta at that axis point, then due to this P sin theta, there is a vertical load is applied and another moment is applied due to the distance D. So it will be P sin theta into D. So you can understand that there is two forces applied, P cos theta and P sin theta, as well as to moment applied P cos theta into E clockwise and P sin theta into D anti-clockwise at point A and B. P cos theta also developed a tensile stress at A and B. P sin theta also developed a transverse shear stress at A and B. But we know that at the top and bottom, there is no transverse shear stress is coming. So we neglect the transverse shear stress point at A and B. Now we just checked it. Combined stresses formula at A and B. So I think the tensile stress is sigma T, that will be force by area. Then sigma B for P cos theta, it will be P cos theta into E, that's a moment, into distance y and Ixx. Similarly, the bending stress is due to P sin theta into D into y divided by Ixx. The directions of the tensile stress is always positive, but the bending at A and B point is depending on the nature as tensile or compressive. We also know that shear stress at the top and bottom, that is at A and B point, is 0, and in the neutral axis it will be maximum. Now we just checked the stresses at individual point A and D. So if we write down the formula of normal stresses at A point, then the formula will be the same what we have written here. So it will be P cos theta divided by the area. Now what is that P cos theta? P cos theta, P is 1000 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Theta is 17.5 and the area is 8000 mm square. So it will be the 8000 into 10 raised to 3. Now next part is that bending stress due to P cos theta into E, this moment. I'm just talking about this moment. So due to this moment, the formula is the m into y divided by the I. As this moment is applied along the x-axis, it is a rotation along the x-axis, that means the formula will be the m x into y divided by I xx. So here the mx equal to P cos theta into E, y is the distance for point A. So that will be basically YA. And what is that YA? YA is the distance from x-axis or the neutral axis to point A. So that's the point called the YA, which will be 100 mm. So if you put all this value here, P cos theta into E. So P cos theta is equal to 1000 10 raised to 3 cos 17.5. E is the distance from the center to the point of applications or P cos theta point, where I am shifting it from this point to this point. This value is equal to 100 plus 100. So it will be 200 mm. YA is the distance from this, so it will be 100 divided by I along x-axis as the moment applied along that x-axis. So that means we need to take here the Ixx, and Ixx is given in that problem 15 to 10 raised to 6 m raised to 4. So you put all this value. Similarly, bending stress for P sin theta into D is again applied along the x-axis only. So this one is again applied along the x-axis only. So the formula will be P sin theta into D into y. Y for what? We are finding out now for the A point. So again it will be YA divided by Ixx as it is along x axis also. Now if you put that value here, then P sin theta, P is same 1000 into 10 raised to 3 sin 17.5 degree. D is this distance, it will be given 1 meter, so we have to put in mm 1000 mm. And the YA already we have seen it, it will be the 100 divided by IXX is equal to 50 into 10 raised to 6. Now the most important thing is the sign conventions. So we know that at point A, due to this P cos theta value, all the time tensile stresses is produced. So tensile stresses directions is in this. So this will be the directions of the tensile stresses due to the P cos theta. It will be always the positive one. Similarly, due to the P cos theta into E clockwise moment, the point A, actually we are applying the pulling force on it. So the force applied outward from A, which will create the tensile stresses at A point. Tensile stresses is again to be considered as a positive one. So here it will be the positive one. Next, if you consider moment due to P sin theta into D, the moment basically applied in anti-clockwise directions. In these directions. Due to these directions, actually at point A, some pushing force is applied. Due to this pushing force, there is some compressive stresses produced at point A. So we know that due to this P sin theta moment, compressive stresses is produced. That means we should consider as a negative value. So if you calculate each and every point, then this value is coming 119.21. Due to P cos theta into E, value is coming plus 381.49. Due to P sin theta into D, value is coming minus 601.41. And the final answer is coming positive 339.13 Newton per mm square. As it is positive one, hence the nature of the stresses is in tensile. Same thing. Now we want to find out the normal stresses at point B. So at point B, it will be again the tensile stresses due to the P cos theta. So it will be that 1010 raised to 3 into cos 17.5 divided by area. Then again, bending stresses due to P cos theta, everything is in same. It will be moment due to the P cos theta. So P is 1000 into 10 raised to 3. Theta is 17.5 degree. And the E is 200. That we already know. But the only difference is that Y. So here it will be the YB. What is that YB? YB is basically distance from the neutral axis to the point B. So that will be 200 mm. So here we are putting the 200 mm again. Next one is the same. It will be P sin theta into D. D is 1000 and YB is equal to 200 divided by IXX 15 to 10 raised to 6. And again in this case also at the bottom point tau B is equal to 0. Now again most important thing is the sign convention. So tension is again positive one. Now due to P cos theta into E, which is the clockwise directions, the point B is applying the pushing force. So sigma C, compressive type of stresses is produced. So that's why due to the P cos theta moment, it will be the negative value. And for the P sin theta, there is some pulling force is applied in this. So tensile stresses is produced at point B due to P cos sin theta. Hence, it will be taken as a positive value. So if you calculate it, the tensile stress is coming 11.21. Then this one is coming minus 381.49. And due to that P sin theta, it will coming plus 601.41. Final answer is coming negative 100.71 Newton per mm square. That means that normal stresses at point B is equal to 100.71 Newton per mm square. So the final answer is normal stress at A 331.13 Newton per mm square tension. Shear stress at A 0. Normal stress at B 100.71 Newton per mm square compression. Shear stress at B 0. Please subscribe my channel. press on the bell icon for the notifications. And if you have any doubts or any comment, please write down on the comment box on my YouTube channel so we can improve upon the content of the delivery of this problem. Thank you.